Recently, the UC system is proposing to raise college tuition by 5% every year for the next 5 years.
This happened when I was a student at UC Riverside. I remember students were protesting everywhere, all over the UC system.
Right.
Again, considering it again, students are so upset. I was just talking to a few of them. Obviously, they're going to be upset.
Hits at my core. I have a
Your
daughter
kids
who
are
is a
about
senior.
to go to college.
And we're looking at pricing for school. And even in the Cal State, the UC system, but the average cost for college a year is about $30,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
I think it's heartbreaking. It is. Because we're already taking away so much from people, but education itself is, how much is it to send a 1 year of college costs how much at a university?
I don't even know where it's
Well, okay,
$60,000
one of the local ones, private one, it's $64,000 a year.
Right.
It's a private school.
For a private school.
Who can afford that?
Right.
I know I can't.
No.
Well, I'm still paying on my tuition.
I'm still hoping one day my college degree will pay off.
Here's the concern from an HR perspective, because I hire the college graduates every day, and they come in and say thank you because they graduated. It's been 2 to 5 years. It's about the average time that they're getting jobs. Well, you have to pay your student loan back within a year.
Right.
So how do you pay this astronomical debt? And the job that you're going to get, quite frankly, to be honest with you, really the pay is not in alignment with your with your loan.
Correct.
Of course it is.
I think it's shame on them, shame on the school system.
Yeah.
Shame on them for that.
Coupled with the professors getting increases, the chancellors make an astronomical amount of money.
Exactly.
I mean, the faculty is paid six-figure income.
I think that's what students are saying they're upset about is those increases.
I mean, I'm not a college level school teacher, right? But I teach. And when I started teaching was about, I didn't take it very lightly. I just teaching an exercise class.
Right.
I didn't take lightly because one, I'm very passionate about it. I'm passionate about people who are passionate, but I want them to learn. And I understand that there's a significant amount of responsibility of passing on education to somebody else. And teachers shouldn't have to go into, yes, they should be able to support themselves and take care of themselves and their families, but people don't go into teaching to become rich. And I always told myself that, being very humble about what I earned, saying, I'm not doing this because I'm going into this for the money. I don't know any yoga teacher that's a gazillionaire, millionaire, unless you're like Bikram. But I went in because I was passionate about it, and it's shame on them.
Right.
Because educating people is a huge responsibility, but it should also come from a place of passion.
Yes.
It should not come from a place of, I want to make a lot of money.
Well, also education shouldn't, discriminate against you economically.
Because
That's
It's
exactly
like it's becoming less accessible.
Absolutely.
A lot of kids are going to junior
proportion
colleges.
of people.
But
That's
even
a great
people-
statement. To
I'm
a
sorry.
large, you're right, Celeste. To a large proportion of people are being left out.
Exactly. Like even junior college, as you were mentioning, is becoming less accessible as
Absolutely.
well. When I
Yes.
was in college not that long ago, it was $11 a unit. By the time within 3 years, it increased to $26 a unit. It may not sound like a lot.
No, that's huge. It's more than double.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yes.
sound like a lot, but for someone from like a low economic,
That just kind of
Right.
reminded me of what you said earlier about roommates, people living with other people, finding
this
a
is the
job.
reason
It's
why.
kind of it's sort of all tied in because you graduate. Do you graduate in 4 years anymore? So I think that's kind of why the
I did 7.
younger generation is waiting longer and longer, to live with roommates
and I
to
hear
get
it all
married.
the time. I have students come to me and they're like, okay, I really want to do this. I want to dedicate, but I have to work and I have to make my schedule and I have to do this and I have to do that. And I have all of these responsibilities and I don't feel like I'm learning anything because I'm trying to survive while I'm trying to learn.
Exactly.
And they're conflicting with each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Danielle, you have a 1-year-old.
I do.
So you have a little time, but not that much time. What are your thoughts? What are you going to try to do right now, knowing that by the time she's in college, it'll be $100,000 a year?
I mean, I'm
staring
even curious
That's
as to whether I'll encourage her to take the college path right
That's
off
a
the bat.
great question.
We're going to save up money, and we're still talking back and forth, my husband and I. Do we even want to encourage her to maybe just travel for a year, or like take a year to just like read and actually, whatever interests you the most, or I don't, because you have to buy your $15 an hour job with $100,000. Is that even wise?
Right.
to
And
send
that
her?
conversation is taking place everywhere across America. Parents at the table. Is college still worth the investment? And I have to tell you, I have a degree, my husband has 2 degrees, and Amber, I might challenge you on that. I'm not quite sure the ROI, it might be needed, but I'm not sure the ROI on college is what it used to be. Not at $64,000 a year.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'll tell you this. The truth, honest truth. I wanted to go back to hair school, and they told me because I already had a degree, they would not cover me to get an associate's in a trade. Correct. So they were saying if you wanted to do it, you should have probably did your trade first and then go to college.
Say
but
that
I
again.
chose to go to
Say that again.
They wanted you to get your trade first and then go to college.
Okay.
But I honestly wanted to go to college first because they had told me go to a junior college, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I want to go to college, you know. But now that I want to get a more experience, it's like, no, we won't pay for it.
Yeah.
FAFSA won't pay for it. And it's like, really, you know?
This is a great conversation. We could be on this for forever.
Yeah.
We'll be back with more Every Way Woman. I'm telling you, parents across